Right, so we'll start lying down today. So just taking a few moments to settle, let your body settle, and feeling the floor holding you. And with each breath, letting you sink a little bit more. And we will do a little bit of what we did last week. So trying to imagine you are the main actor or actress in a film, and we will be visualizing what we've done during the day today. So now just letting your body settle first. So a little bit of a room between the arms and the armpits. The palms facing up. The arms are close-ish to the body, not too wide apart. And the legs are spread out a little bit. And just let the feet do what they wouldn't naturally do. And with each breath, just letting the body sink that little bit more. And also making sure your back of the neck is nice and stretched and straight. So you've got the back of the neck on the floor. So now bring your attention to the point between the eyebrows. And here we will be projecting the film as if, and you'll just visualize what you did this morning from the time you got up. I am assuming it's the morning, it might not be. So from the time you got up, what did you do? In space of half an hour or an hour, just visualizing as if it's somebody else's life. You are just the witness, witnessing what's been going on. And now fast forwarding to about lunchtime, what you did. Try to not get too involved if there are any strong emotions that came up, and just watch it as if it's someone else, what you did for lunch, what you had, imagining in quite a bit of detail what you did. And then post-lunch, about mid-afternoon. And then now fast forwarding to when you started getting ready to attend the class. So whatever you were doing, just visualizing what, in quite a bit of detail, what you did, or what the actor or the actress did. And now visualize yourself on the mat. So now you hear, and you'll be mentally present with yourself here on the mat for the next hour and a bit. So we will do a few yogic breaths here. For those of you who haven't done yogic breaths before, you can stop at any of the stages. And so inhale into the abdomen, feeling the abdomen inflate and go up in the direction of the ceiling. It's not quite touching. And then exhale, the abdomen comes down. So inhale and exhale. And you can stay with this, inhaling and exhaling at the abdomen level. For those who are regulars, so you can inhale a little bit more to the chest area, feeling the chest inflating, and then exhaling, the chest come down, the abdomen goes in. So at the chest level, you will feel a lateral breath, with the breath going sideways, with the ribs going to the side, expanding. So inhaling, abdomen up, ribs to the side, filling it with air, exhaling, chest down, abdomen down. And so you can stay with abdominal breath or abdomen plus chest. If you want to go for the full yogic breath, the third part of the breath, you can join me. Inhale, abdomen, chest, and to the shoulder area, up to the neck, filling that bit with air as well. And then exhaling, shoulders down, chest down, and abdomen down. So no forcing. If this is too much for you, stay with what you're comfortable. So a few more. And relaxing. So carrying on, if you like, 2 more breaths at whatever level you're at. So when we are relaxed, we breathe down to our abdomen. And then when we're slightly stressed, we breathe not too deep in our chest. And when we're really stressed, we breathe just to our neck area. And then there's not much oxygen going into the body. So with the full yogic breath, we combine all these 3 areas, and that's the maximum breath that we can have in the body. And then slowly letting go of that breath, and then bringing your arms up and overhead behind you. Bring the feet closer together, the legs closer together. Give yourself a nice stretch. And then we'll come up into sitting. And to start the class, so bringing your hands in chin mudra with the thumb and the forefinger to touch, taking your time to get up. So the hands are on the knees, opening the chest and feeling the spine getting long. So take a moment. We will be here for a little while, not too long. So just settling in. And imagine there is a thread pulling you up, just to elongate the body. And the chin just comes down ever so slightly, so that the back of the neck is nice and long, and opening the chest. And the spine is long. And if you need any support, if you need to sit in Vajrasana on cushions, wherever you need, go for it. And sitting on the chair is not a bad idea either. So we will start as we normally do with 3 Oms and an invocation at the beginning as we normally do. So join me when you're ready. Sahana bhavatu, sahano bhunaktu, saviryam karavavahe, tejasvinavaditamastu, ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So welcome everyone. We're going to be doing a little bit of a mix and match class today. So we will be starting in sitting. So we're going to do a few stretches just as you are. So bringing the left hand on the mat, and then inhaling the right arm on top. So just feel that length going up, and then exhaling, just bending a little bit to the left. You can bend the left elbow if you like, or you can bring the forearm on the floor, whatever you feel like. So here, feeling that opening in the upper body and a stretch on the right hand side. You can leave your arm up if you like, or you can just bring it in the direction of the ears. So feeling the side stretch to begin with. So breathing here. And again, trying to open the chest so that we're not falling forward, but opening. And then coming back. And then the same thing on the other side, bringing the right hand on the floor, lifting the left arm up, relaxing both shoulders, using an exhalation, coming to the other side. So again, opening the chest, so you don't want to be bending forward. You want that stretch on the side. And then coming back to the center. And now interlace the fingers and bring them to the chest. And then we will inhale the hands right in front of us, and then exhale, coming back. So when you're ready, so the fingers are interlaced at the chest. Inhale, turn the palms facing away from you, and then exhale, coming in. So 2 more, inhale, and exhale, and 1 more. And now bring the hands interlace behind you, and just opening the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together. So if you like, you can just bring the head ever so slightly back, not too much. So it's not the neck, just the head a little bit, if you feel like it. Otherwise, you can just stay here and feel the stretch back, and then relax. Okay, so we'll come on our hands. We'll do a few next stretches first, and then we will come back. So bring your hands interlace behind your head, and then your elbows are bent to the front, like so. So we'll inhale, we'll open the chest, the head goes back a little bit, and then we'll exhale, we'll bring the elbows almost together. They don't have to touch, just together. So just inhale, opening, the head goes back ever so slightly, not too much. Feeling the stretch in the upper back. Exhaling, coming forward. You can bring the head down ever so slightly if you feel like it. So inhale, elbows to the side, feeling that nice stretch there. Go to wherever you like. If you want to just stay there and breathe, that's fine. And then with an exhalation, coming down. So work with, just see what your body needs and make sure that you do what your body wants. So carrying on a few more with your own breath, with the liberty of doing what you feel like doing. So if you want to just stay there with the arms, with the elbows to the side and just breathing for a little bit, you can do that. Wherever you feel you're getting the benefit of what you want to do, then stay there for a little bit, breathing normally, of course, and then coming back to the front. And now we're all going to bring the chin to the chest and feel a stretch at the back of the neck this time. So breathing into it. And if you feel the stretch in the neck, you can use your breath to mentally direct the breath there. And then at the end of that breath, you can relax a little bit more. And then slowly bring the head up and then bring the arms down. Okay, so now we're just going to do a couple more neck stretches. So if you want to bring your right hand to the outside, from up like so to your left ear, and then bringing the right ear to the right shoulder, and then bringing the left elbow down. So feeling that stretch. If this is too much for you, just then you've gone a bit too far to the right, so just back off. Again, concentrating on that stretch in the neck. And if you feel like there's a bit of tension, if you can mentally direct the out breath to that area and let it go a little bit. And then slowly, slowly coming back to the center. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bringing your left hand to your right ear. And if this doesn't work going from above, you don't need to even use the arms. You can just bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Here, if you want to intensify the stretch, then you can use the arm, bringing the left hand to the right ear. You can press a little bit if you like here. So now bringing the right shoulder down, and then feel the stretch in the neck. Again, using the same principle with the out breath, try and direct the breath mentally to the area where you feel the most stretch, the most discomfort, and try and relax it. And then slowly coming back to the center. So the thing about neck stretches, they are really beneficial to do them during the day as well. So if you want to kind of do a little bit during the day, that would be quite helpful. And then we're going to do one last neck stretch. So bring your chin to your chest, just the chin to the chest, and then bring the right ear to the right shoulder. So keeping that contact between the chin and the chest. So now you will feel that there is a different area of the neck that we're stretching than before. So this might feel more for you or less. And also you can try and just move the tip of your nose and see whether that changes the stretch a little bit. It's really funny how just the tip of your nose will make a big difference to how the stretch is. It's not the mouth, it's just the tip of your nose. And then slowly coming back to the center. And the same thing. So first, we bring the chin to the chest. If we don't do that, then it's the same as the previous stretch we've done. So chin to chin, and then ear to the shoulder, and feel the stretch. again, you can play with your nose to try and see whether just the tip of the nose to see whether you can alter the stretch for yourself. And then coming back to the center. And then just, now we're gonna come onto all fours. We'll do a few back stretch and we'll also do one neck roll here. So I will just show this. So Tahira, it's up to you whether you wanted to stay in the chair or you want to come down. So please feel free to stay in the chair. And if you're staying in the chair, you can just follow the cat-cow in the chair. So, so coming into all fours with your hands directly underneath the shoulders, with your fingers widely spread. And with your fingers being widely spread, the weight of the hands will then be equally distributed throughout the hand as opposed to being concentrated at the wrist. So I will just demonstrate what we're going to do. So we'll inhale and open the chest, let the stomach drop. We'll exhale, we'll come on the tip of the hands and then the fingertips, and then we can just bring the hands slightly closer to us. And then we will inhale, coming up, opening the chest. And then we will exhale, we'll go down on the floor. We'll bring the crown of the head on the floor. And then we will roll the back a little bit. So the back of the neck is nice and stretched, and feel a bit of an inversion here. So if any of you have got high blood pressure or low blood pressure, you might not want to do the rolling of the head, or if you've got neck problems, any neck problems, please don't do the rolling of the neck. You can just you can just relax in child pose. So we will all, if anyone has got any questions, then let us know. So for those in the chair, simply do inhale, inhale and exhale, and then coming up with the arms and then relax. Okay, so hands underneath the shoulders. Starting, inhale, the movement starts from the base of the spine, opening the chest, let the stomach drop, looking up. Exhaling, movement starts from the base of the spine, bringing the navel to the spine, let the head drop. And sorry, bringing the fingers closer to you. And then inhale, opening the chest with the arms in cactus arms, and then looking up to the ceiling. And then with an exhalation coming down, the arms go down, the crown of the head is on the floor, and then coming forward and rolling the neck a little bit. So you'll feel a stretch in the neck here, and you can stay and breathe for a little bit. If inversions are okay for you, you can stay there for a little while, breathing. For others who are not doing this, then you can relax in child pose. So Karen, come a little bit forward, just a tiny bit forward. A little bit more? Yeah, perfect. I mean, if it's not comfortable, then go back, but this is looking good. And then coming out, and we all rest in child pose for a moment. And child pose is with your buttocks to the back. I'll just demonstrate child pose. So child pose is just buttocks to the back, hands by your side, let the shoulders relax. And you can, if your head goes to the ground, that's fine. If not, then you can bring yourself, you can make yourself a little tripod and rest your chin down. And you can have your knees wide if that feels more comfortable for your body. And then I'll talk you through one more of this sequence, and then you'll do one on your own. So you adapt it to whatever feels right for you. So we all meet in all fours, or the equivalent for yourself. So inhaling, opening the chest, let the stomach drop, look up. Exhaling, fingertips, rounding the back, navel to spine. Inhale, opening the chest and the head is back a little bit. And then exhale, coming down, head, arms at the back, come on the crown of your head, roll the head, and relax. So feeling the blood going to the head. If that doesn't feel good for your body and you shouldn't be doing any inversion poses, then please don't do it. And then staying there for a couple of breaths or for however you like. And then we all meet in child pose, or when you're ready, you can do another round of this. Or simply just rest, closing your eyes and just counting your breath, focusing on your breath. Okay, so while you're resting, I will just demonstrate one version on the chair for people on the chair. So Tahira, when we go into pigeon pose, if you can get your leg on here, you can do this. If you can't, then don't worry. Oh, you can. Okay, so then we will just, you will just then come forward and feel the stretch in the thigh there when we do the pigeon pose later on. Okay? Yeah, so you can relax now, just so you know. Okay. So make this your last one if you're still doing it, anything. So if you finish, then that's fine. We'll all then meet in Dandasana, which is sat on the buttocks with the legs in front of us. And so making sure we're sat on the sit bones, getting rid of the flesh on the side. And then we're going to do a few exercises here to the side and to the front. So when you're ready, let's all meet with the legs apart to begin with. So just the legs apart. And opening the chest and lengthening the spine. So if you're kind of curving, that means your legs are too far apart. You need to bring them a little bit closer together. So just whatever feels good for you. And keeping the feet engaged. So the feet are pointing towards the ceiling and are straight. So then for some of us, there might be a tendency to go to the side, to go out, or to go in, but keep it in the middle. So here, just feel, so turn your chest to the right leg with your hands on either side, and then just going down a little bit to wherever feels comfortable for you. So you don't have to touch anything, just wherever feels good for you. And close your eyes here. So feeling the stretch. For those of you who can, so if you're in a chair, you can just do the same, but with your legs a little bit to the side, and then just go to the side like so. So for those of you who can hold your big toe, you can do so in like the with the two fingers between the big toe and the next toes, and then just staying there, and you can bring the rest of the hand on the other toes if you get there. If not, then just wherever you are is absolutely fine. So just keep an eye what's happened on the left, to the left foot, keeping that engaged. Feeling that stretch. And now, wherever you are, so just let go. So you can bring your right hand either on the thigh like so. So we're just going to go like this, or so you can just bring your right hand on the thigh, just anywhere, or you can bring your elbow on the floor, or you can hold your toe. But then here, what we want is an opening of the upper body. So see what works for you. So if to be able to hold your foot, you're kind of bending, then that's not the point of the stretch. The point of the stretch is to open the upper body. So just wherever feels right for you. So it's a bit of like the triangle pose, but sitting. And then coming back to the center. And now we're going to go to the other side. So turning your chest to the right leg, keeping both feet engaged, slowly bending to the right, to the left. So if you want to hold your toes or anywhere, just do so. Or your hands can just be to either side of the thigh. Again, try to keep the chest nice and open if you can. But if you want to round, that's okay too. So if you are holding your toes, then you'll be rounding for sure. And, or maybe not. So just staying there, making sure the feet are not falling to the side, and feeling the stretch in the back of the legs. And you might also be feeling it elsewhere, groin, the inside of the legs, wherever you are. And then bringing the left hand on your leg, on top of your leg anywhere, or to the side, or you can bring your elbows down depending on how much flexibility you've got. And then opening the right arm up in the direction of the ceiling. You can look in the direction of the right hand if you like, or just look wherever is comfortable for you. So just making sure there's no strain on the neck, and also the upper body is nice and open. So it might mean that your hand comes a little bit up on the leg, then that's fine too. So just checking on the feet, whether they're falling to the side, in or out, just keep them engaged. There's so much to think about. And then slowly coming out of the stretch. And then now we're going to go to we're going to do the pigeon pose. So we're going to do a bit of a few hip stretches. So before we do that, so if you want to bring, oops, in a second, we've got to, okay. So if you want to bring your right foot and hold it in your left hand, if that works for you. It can just be anywhere. And if you're in a chair, you can also do the same by just doing this. Or if your leg doesn't go, you can also come up and then do this standing by just bringing the hip to the side. So it's just a hip stretch. So whichever feels good for you. So for those on the floor, right hand, no, right foot in left hand, and then just going to the side. And if it feels okay for you, you can bring the knee in your elbow crease, and you can bring the foot in your in the opposite, in the left elbow crease, and keeping the back nice and straight, and then rocking. So this is called the cradle the baby pose. So just see how your baby is feeling, if it's rested and at ease. So if it's too stressed, then you need to bring your leg down a little bit and just go back to being here. That's absolutely fine. All we want is movement in the hips, here in the hip flexors. So anything that suits your body. Back tall. And then coming down. So if anyone wants to try and put the right foot to the right ear, you can try. You can have a little go if you want. If you think that's just not going to work, then don't do it. So it's just the right toe to the right ear, the right toe to the left ear, and then you can pretend you're sucking your toe and bring it to the mouth. That's just for fun. Don't worry if you get nowhere near. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So holding your left foot in your right hand, and then just, so we'll all start with this first. And then if you want to get to the elbow crease, you can do, making sure the back is straight though. So if that works for you. If it doesn't, then that's fine. So if you're doing it, making sure your back is straight and you're not going back or forward. So yeah, do what feels right for you. And how happy is the baby? Just, and then, so you could also try this standing Tahira. You could, all you're trying to do is bring the legs, let me show you here. So you're just bringing this out and front, out and here. So that's all we're trying to do, is moving the hip. Or even sitting, you can just bring it to one side and then the other side. Okay. All right, so now if you want to try to the ear, to your mouth, to the opposite ear, and having a go, just to see whether that works. And then just take a moment of rest there. And then we're going to come on all fours and we're going to do the pigeon pose. So all fours first. So now listen carefully. So some of you know this very well. So bring the right knee to the inside of the right wrist. And then, so I might be doing it here so you can see better. So the foot is kind of in a 45-degree line here. And then we're just going to come here for a little bit. So looking back, making sure that you can't really see your leg, it should be straight back. If you can see it to the side, then it should be right behind you. So if this feels good for you, so the hips are almost square if you can. And if this is too much for you, you can do the thread the needle position. So which is, you can do it on your back, or what I demonstrated earlier on the chair. So now we all come on the floor. So if you need, you can just come up a little bit. So if you've got something like a block on the side, you can use that. Just coming up a little bit in a little bit of a back bend. And then slowly coming down. And if you can, you can come forward and let the body curve, just resting here if this feels good. Or if you can bring your forearms on the floor, squaring the hips. And if you like, you can make a couple of fists and rest your forehead on there. If you've got a block, you can just let your head rest on the block. Or if you like, you can just let your head rest on the floor again, but making sure your hips are square. So this is a stretch for the right, to the right hips. So it's quite a strong stretch. If this is nowhere near what you want to do, then I can suggest an alternative stretch. So let me see, you're all okay with it. Does anyone want a modification? No? Okay. So trying to stay still. So if this is too much, then what you can do, the alternative one is, Aparna, do you want to have a look, just in case this is better for you? So if you just lie down and then cross the right leg over to the left knee, and then bring the left knee towards you. You get the same stretch. It's kind of like the pigeon pose upside down. So if this is better for you, then you can note it as a possible stretch for yourself. If you like the pigeon pose, then stay there.
The first one was better for me, actually.
Sorry?
The first one was better for me.
Okay, good, good. Go for it. Okay, enjoying the pose. And then if you want to do any modification from there, then go for it. And or any other variations that we sometimes do, you can do it. And just breathing into those right hips, feeling the stretch there. And then slowly coming back to the center. And then we're going to do the same to the other side. So coming into all fours. So once you've come out, you can just feel how the two legs, just two sides feel quite different. So now bringing the left knee to the inside of the left wrist, outstretching the right leg. So making sure the right leg is right behind you. And then you might need to walk the left foot a little bit, so it's somewhat out of the way in about 45 degrees. If your hips are really open, you might want to bring it towards 90 degrees to bring your left foot or the left lower limb to 90 degrees, whatever feels right for you. So we'll just stay here and do a bit of a backward bend. And then slowly coming down. And so you can stay on your wrist here, just feeling the stretch here. There's no need to go anywhere. If you feel enough of a stretch in this position, please stay. But if you feel you need a little bit more, then you can bring your forearms on the floor, and then you can support your head. So make sure the head is relaxed. Supported is good. Or if you like, you can just collapse into the forehead into the floor if this feels good. So noticing the stretch in the left hip. And then with the exhalation, breathing into that left hip. So, or if you want to do any variation here that you're used to, or any variation, please go ahead. So come into your, are you on your hand, Archana? Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, okay, fine. And just a couple more breaths. And then just coming into child pose for a few seconds, or any relaxing pose. So if you want to go with your stomach on the floor, you can do that. Just any relaxing pose for a moment, anything that feels right for you. So you choose. We're just resting for a few moments before we have a plan to come up into a couple of standing poses to finish. Okay, so if you're in child pose, feel the breath in the back body, feeling the back of the body breathing. If you don't want to be in child pose, whatever pose you want to be, that's fine. Just resting, just taking a few breaths before we're ready to come up. So now in your mind, have a plan about how to come up, and let's come up. Okay, so we're going to do 2 standing poses, one of which is going to be a balance pose. And so for the balance pose, we're going to go to a simple tree pose today. So bringing the weight of your body on the left leg. So taking your time, so I'll just be explaining. So left foot on the ground. So making sure the weight is on the left foot. So join me, getting your, so once we're all ready, then I'll carry on. So now come on the tip of your right toes, and then opening the chest. And for those who can, you can bring the right knee to the side, or if you haven't got too much hip flexibility, then it won't go to the side, it will just go in front, and that's absolutely fine. It's great, but if you can, bringing the knee to the, and then also making sure that your hips are square. So here, bring your hands into prayer, and then you can stay here, or if you like, you can just take the right toe off the floor, and then you can bring the foot to the inside of the, of the left leg, either below the knee or above the knee, preferably avoiding the knee. The only reason I suggest to avoid the knee is because it could just jerk it a little bit if you put any force there. So it doesn't give you much stability. So you only go above the knee if you are very comfortable with it. There's no gain by going higher up. The idea is to be able to balance. So, but if it feels very easy for you, then please do. So just whatever feels right. So staying here, and with all balanced poses, fixing a point of wherever you are in front of you, just a point that's not moving. So you can stay here. If at any point you need to bring your right toe on the floor, do so. And opening the arms if you feel like. So if your balance is very good tonight on this side, and you can also try and look up to the ceiling. So once you do that, you might feel like you get a bit wobbly. And if you're still rocking it and want to challenge you further, you can close the eyes. Be careful, you might fall off, but yeah. And slowly, with control, coming out of the pose. And if you need to just shake the legs, do so. And then one more on the other side. So the disadvantage of having two sides, we've got to work both sides, okay? So bringing the right foot on the floor with the weight distributed in all the corners of the feet. So behind, at the base of the big toe and the heel and the outside, the base of the little toe. So feeling everywhere. So bring the hands onto the hips. So I ask you to bring your hands onto the hips to make sure that the hips haven't gone to the side, so you can ensure the hips are square. And then you can see whether you want to bring that knee to the side, but without your hip moving. So once you've got your balance, look at a point, fix the point, and then you can bring the toe, the foot. You can either stay on the tip of your left toe, or if you've got a bit more balance today on this side, you can bring the foot to above the knee or below the knee, but with the body staying straight and keeping your gaze. And if it feels good, you can bring your hands in prayer, relaxing the shoulders. So sometimes you might feel like you're using a little bit of your big right toe to help you balance. That might help sometimes. And just staying here, so you don't need to go any further. If this is enough for today, stay there. If you want, you can open the arms to the side, imagining you're on this tree, you're the branches of these trees to the side. But then again, also imagine those roots at the base of the feet to keep you still. And then you can just stay here. If you want to play, so if you want to play, you can look up. It doesn't matter if you fall or, well, if you kind of lose balance, not fall, but if you just to experiment a little bit. I mean, it's just a playful thing. So, and if you like, if you're still rocking it, you might want to close your eyes and see how long you can stay with your eyes closed. And then when you're ready, bring your legs down. And we will do one last, so if you need to shake the legs, shake the legs. And now we're going to do one last pose. So I will demonstrate the pose. So first, I don't think it's one that we've done very often. So we're going to do the humble warrior. So I will talk you through, but for now I will just demonstrate. So we're going to bend the one knee. The arms are on the back. And then we're bringing the head to the inside of that knee. So we will staying there. And for those of you who can, bring your hands up, you'll bring your hands up in this position. So I will talk you through now. So bring your legs twice hip distance apart, or 1.5, whatever feels right for your body. So bringing the hands interlaced behind you, if that feels good. If not, then you can always bring your hands on your hips. So you choose, that will depend on your shoulder flexibility. So now turn and pivot to turning the left foot, 90 degrees, bending the left knee. So you can adjust here. And also your left knee, your left foot, your left heel, is directly opposite the right arch. And making sure here that you are not collapsing into the inner arch of the right foot. So now turn to face the left leg. So making sure that your leg is nice and straight and bent and strong. And then you can come forward. So you might not go very far, just stay here, that's fine. Keep your hands on the buttocks, that's okay. And also, if you can go a little bit further, bringing the head to the inside of the knee, and then lift your arms up. So now making sure that there is a right angle between the knee and the lower leg, so you can see just your toes, so you're not, it's nicely bent. So if the arms are a problem, then bring them on the, keep them on the buttocks or on the side. So yeah, perfect. So is your front knee bent? Is that knee bent, Praveen? Is the front knee, that the front knee is it nice 90 degrees there? It feels like it's not very bent, but maybe it is. The front knee. So yeah, that's it, perfect. Yeah, I can see you now better, sorry. Yeah, perfect, wonderful. And then everyone bringing the hands to the buttocks first, and then slowly coming up, and then walking the legs together. Okay, so if this is not one for you, you can modify it in whatever way you like, so you just get a nice stretch. Okay, so now the same thing to the other side. So legs twice hip distance apart, or 1.5, or whatever feels good for you. So this time, let's do the leg first. So bringing the right heel in line with the left arch, and then bending the right knee. So bring your hands back now on your buttocks, interlace, or just holding the fingers or holding the wrist, whatever your body allows you to do. And then bring your chest to face the right side. And then slowly going down to wherever is comfortable for you. So you can just stay wherever is good. Just relax the neck in this position. Just relax the neck and stay there. If it feels good, you can try and lift your arms. If you've got very tight shoulders like I have, that might not go anywhere. So just stay there. And for those of you who can, you can bring the head inside the leg and then go in the direction of the floor, lifting the head up, lifting the arms up. And for some of you, your head might touch the floor, maybe not. And then just staying there for a moment, just adjusting the pose. And then slowly to come up, bring the hands to the buttocks first, and then just relax the head, let the head hang, and then coming up slowly. So it's not just important to get into a pose, but it's also nice to come out of a pose safely. Okay, so now just shake the legs if you need to. And we will go and do a relaxation. And at the end, we will do one breathing exercise. So getting ready for your relaxation. So relaxation in Shavasana. If you like, if you want to stay in a chair, that's fine. If you're in a chair, making sure your back is rested against the chair now, so you are nice and relaxed. So it's not too long a relaxation, but just enough. So taking a moment to relax. Bringing the palms facing up so that the shoulders relax by the side of your body. And then the legs a little bit apart, and let the feet do what they want to do. And again, just making sure the back of the neck is stretched and you're not putting too much pressure at the back of the head there. Sometimes when we're lying in Shavasana, we put the back of the head there, and then we're kind of putting strain and then looking up to the ceiling. So we don't want to do that. We want to put as much of the back of the neck on the floor, or the back of the head on the floor, as is comfortable for your body. It might not be, and that's okay. Just adjust. And relax here. So taking a few moments to be completely settled. And once you are settled, making sure that you do not need to move. So making the last few adjustments. And of course, if you do need to move, that's absolutely fine. All you need to do is do so mindfully. So we're going to practice Yoga Nidra. And during Yoga Nidra, there is no physical movement. Keep your eyes closed and keep them strictly closed until you're told to open them. Take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, feel the tension, mental, physical tension, go out of the body. So feel those tension going out. So a couple more breaths, letting yourself sink. So relax the shoulders. So it's not a meditation pose, so just relax the shoulders and feel the relaxation there. Okay. So during Yoga Nidra, you are functioning on the levels of hearing and awareness. And the only important thing is to follow the voice. So now bringing a feeling of inner relaxation in the whole body. Concentrate on the whole body and become aware of the importance of complete stillness. I'm aware I'm going to practice Yoga Nidra. I will not sleep. I will not sleep. At this moment, you should be making your resolve by repeating it 3 times with feeling, awareness, and emphasis. If you do not have a resolve, then don't worry about it for now. So your resolve is a simple sentence, and it's a goal that you want to be achieving. And now we begin rotation of consciousness, rotation of awareness by taking a trip to different parts of the body. And as I name the various parts of the body, bring your attention there. Keep yourself alert, but do not concentrate too intensely. Right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger. Become aware of your palm, the back of the hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right waist, right hip, right thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, the heel, sole of the right foot, top of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Become aware of the left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, back of the hand, palm of the hand, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left waist, left hip, left thigh, kneecap, calf muscles, ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, sole of the left foot, the top of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now to the back. Become aware of the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, the right buttock, the left buttock, the spine, the whole back together. Now go to the top of the head, the forehead, both sides of the head, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, space between the eyebrows, the right eyelid, left eyelid, the right eye, left eye, the right ear, the left ear, right cheek, left cheek, the nose, tip of the nose, upper lip, lower lip, chin, throat, right chest, left chest, middle of the chest, navel, and abdomen. Now become aware of the whole legs, both legs, of the hips and buttocks, of the whole of the back, lower back of the body, front of the chest. Become aware of the shoulders and the arms. And become aware of the head. And now become aware of the whole body together. The whole body together. The whole body lying perfectly still on the floor in this room. Now become aware of your breath and imagine breathing in as if you're breathing in for the first time. Feel the health-giving oxygen recharging your body, nourishing every single cells. And with the exhalation, everything that you don't need coming out. So now imagine a light at the top of your left foot. So the light comes up, the knee shines, it goes up to the hips shines, goes up to the throat shines. And now visualize your right leg, your right foot, and exhaling through the right foot, anything that you don't need. Visualizing everything that you don't need coming out through the right toes in a smoky color. Now imagine that light at the top of the right foot. And inhale the light in and start breathing normally now. The knee shines, the thigh shines, the hip shines, shoulder shines, the throat shines, the forehead shines. And now imagine your left foot and letting go anything that you don't need, going out through the left toes, light smoky color, anything mental tension, physical fatigue disappearing. So inhaling through the left toes, imagine light going up, going through your body, shining the wrists, shining the knee, the hips, the shoulders, the throat, the head, and then visualize your right foot And visualize anything that you don't need going out through the right side of the body and disappearing through the right toes as smoky color disappearing, melting through into the atmosphere. Light at the right foot, inhaling the light in. Now breathe normally. The ankle shines, the knee shines, the hip shines, shoulder shines, throat shines, middle of the head shines. Visualize your left foot and anything that you don't need going out through the left body and disappearing through the left toes as a smoky color into the atmosphere. So do one round yourself, starting from the right, from the left toes to the head, and then disappearing through the right, and then through the right, disappearing through the left, guiding yourself. Doesn't matter if you don't get it fully. So when you've finished, just let go of that visualization. And now it is time to repeat your resolve 3 times. The same resolve that you made at the beginning of the practice. Do not change it. If you didn't have one, then that's fine. Repeat the same resolve 3 times with full awareness and feeling. Whatever resolve you made during Yoga Nidra is bound to come true, as it is working in your subconscious mind. Now relaxing all your efforts and become aware of your breath. Become aware of your position in the room where you're in. Become aware of the virtual space that we've created with this class, with all of us, with our energy together. Visualizing the presence and feeling the presence of all of us together. And slowly bringing a little bit of movement to the toes, to the hands, the fingers, and slowly keeping the eyes closed if possible, coming onto one side and then coming up when you're ready. So we will finish with a concluding prayer, so we won't have time to do a breathing exercise, but we will just finish with 3 ohms and a short prayer as we normally do. So when you're ready, join me with the Om. So the way we're going to chant Om today is we'll inhale, we'll bring the arms up, and then we'll exhale, we'll imagine this light around our body, protecting us for the week. And then we'll bring the hands back to prayer, and then we'll inhale and then chant Om, visualizing light around your body. So we will do that 3 times. So join me when you're ready. So inhale. Om. सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. Auspiciousness be unto all, perfect peace be unto all, fullness be unto all, prosperity be unto all, happiness be unto all, perfect health be unto all. May all see good in everyone, may all be free from suffering. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. And keep the light shining and protecting you for the whole week. And thank you very much for joining me today.